everyone. 2016 is almost to a close, and that means 2017 is just right around the corner, and to me that's ridiculous to think about. And so with the new year approaching, I'm starting to think about New Year's resolutions. I don't know about you, but I've done them in the past, but I don't think I've ever been successful in any of them. I honestly can't remember how long I have lasted in my New Year's resolutions or what happened to them or anything like that. So you can obviously tell how important those were to me. So I don't know about you, but I am super weak-willed. I wish I was more disciplined. It's really hard though, obviously. It takes discipline to be disciplined. Many start resolutions, but many give up on those in the first few weeks of January. I'm not against New Year's resolutions though. I think they're great. I think it's great that people want to challenge themselves and better themselves. Here are a few thoughts, tips, and tricks that I have gathered from my own journey of growth. Number 1, set realistic goals. Maybe this looks like you even set smaller goals underneath these larger goals. Here's an example. For me, as I run, which I do sometimes, every so often, I don't know. It really depends. For me, while I'm running, I might set the goal of, I'm gonna run 1 mile. It seems like an attainable goal, right? I mean, I've done it a whole bunch of times. As I begin running, I start realizing, wow, I'm tired, and a mile is a long way. And then I set the goal that's even smaller, and I say, all right, Matt, you're just gonna run this 1 lap. And then, we'll see what happens from there. But even then, that 1 lap starts to get really long. So then I'll be like, all right, Matt, here's what you're gonna do. You see that crack in the track right there? You're just gonna run straight to that crack. And it's like 10, 15 feet away. So it's literally just focusing on left, right, 1 step after another. And so I'll make that 15-foot goal, and then I'll set another 15-foot goal and be like, all right, you're running to that rock. And then you just keep going 1 step after another. And so eventually I get that 1 lap down, and then it starts to get a little easier as I'm looking just right ahead immediately instead of thinking about this huge, enormous goal that I have ahead of me. Obviously, I still want to, and I still end up achieving that goal, but it helps me to focus on these smaller goals that are more obtainable. My second piece of advice is to press on. Getting into a rhythm helps a lot, but it takes a lot of discipline in order to reach that point. I forget what the number is, but I think it takes about a month to make something a habit. A month, give or take a few weeks maybe. It's really hard to start, but if you press on through those first few weeks, then it starts to get a little easier. What was once something super difficult to do, it starts to become part of your daily routine, and it's actually something that you miss if you veer off of the path. It's hard, it's so hard, but I just really encourage you to press on through those first few weeks. I really believe it'll start to get easier. My third piece of advice is don't let time restrict you. It's great to set a goal for a year, but if you mess up in the first few weeks or the first day of the year, don't just throw out the whole year and say, I give up. Just keep moving forward, keep pressing on. Don't let these failures dictate whether you're successful or a failure. For me, instead of thinking of it in terms of failure, I like to think of it in terms of stumbling. And if you trip and fall, what do? You don't just stay down on the ground. That would be super weird. But you get up, you keep going. For me, in my journey of growth, I've been at points where, I've fallen off the wagon a little bit, and I'm just like, what's the point? This month has been compromised, so I might as well just do whatever I want, and then I'll pick it back up in the next month, which is a week or 2 weeks away. That's stupid. Don't do that. Keep going forward. I don't know about you, but this piece of advice really helps me. And it also is a good segue into my final piece of advice, which is don't do it alone. Find some people that can hold you accountable. Maybe you guys are even working towards the same goal together. If you're not able to do that, then maybe you even just kind of check in on each other once a week or every day maybe, especially if it's in those first few weeks where it's really difficult. I firmly believe that all of my growth and all of the goals that I've been able to achieve have only been able to be achieved because of my accountability partners, because of my community that surrounds me and helps me. We aren't meant to do life alone. We aren't meant to rely on our own strength throughout it all. We are meant to be in community, and I hope that you're able to find that community, or that you have that community already. I really believe that it makes all the difference. So there you have it. Those are my tips, tricks, and advice on New Year's resolutions as we're entering into 2017. I hope you find it helpful as you're looking at entering into the new year. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.